Shalom everyone, welcome to Bet David on this Shabbat, last Shabbat of the secular year. And we will begin on page 118. I'm going to ask Fiona to please come up and light the candles.
As these candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us, as their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light. So may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Good Shabbos.
Blessed are you, eternal our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Thank you, Shabbat Shalom. And before we continue on page 130, I just want to read a prayer on page 469. I think it's rather nice to just explore the book. O God, you are as near as the very air we breathe, yet farther than the farthermost star. We yearn to reach you. We seek the light and warmth of your presence. Though we say you are near, we are lonely and alone. Oh, let our desire be so strong that it will tear the veil that keeps you from our sight. Let your light release our darkness and reveal the glory and joy of your presence. I'm going to continue on page 131 and then jump to 133. Shirul Adonai Shir Chadash, Shirul Adonai Kol Haaretz, Shirul Adonai Baruch Shemo, Basru Miyom Layom Yeshuato, Sapruv Vagoyim Kavodo, V'chol Ha'amim Niflotav. Page 133. The Eternal One is sovereign. Let the earth exult, the many islands rejoice. Dense clouds are around God. Righteousness and justice are the base of God's throne. Read together with me. O you who love God, hate evil. God, guard the lives of your loyal ones, saving them from the hand of the wicked. Light is sown for the righteous, radiance for the upright. O you righteous, rejoice in the eternal and acclaim God's holy name. Page 135. Adonai malach yigzu amim, Yeshev kruvim tanot haaretz, Adonai b'tzion gadol v'ramhu al kol ha'amim, Yodu shimcha gadol v'nora, kadosh hu. Va'oz melech mishpat ahev, ata konanta mesharim, mishpat utzdaka b'Yaakov, ata asita. And together in English at the bottom, exalt the eternal our God, and bow toward God's holy hill, for the eternal our God is holy. We're jumping now to page 138, and the choir will sing Lecha Dodi. As we've just greeted the Sabbath bride, let's continue the greetings and come among each other and say hello to people that you might not have seen for a while. We come now to the pause in the service that occurs before the Shema. So, the first part, as you've seen, is all psalms of praise. And now we come on page 144 to the Chatzi Kaddish. If you're able to, please rise. Please be seated, and I'm continuing on page 148. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chochma potech she'arim, ובתבונה משנה עתים ומחליף את הזמנים, ומסדר את הכוכבים במשמרותיהם ברקיע כרצונו. בורא יום ולילה, גולל אור מפני חושך וחושך מפני אור, ומביא יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו. אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני המעריב ערבים. I'm jumping to page 151 at the top. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael. We come now to the Shema itself, page 152. Please rise. Page 154. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, v'chol levavcha, u'v'chol nafshecha, u'v'chol me'odecha, v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele, asher nochi mitzalcha hayom al levavecha, v'shinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, v'shiftecha b'veitecha, u'vlechtecha v'derech, u'v'shofpacha u'v'kumecha, u'kshatam le'ot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot bein einecha, uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha, uvisharecha. Laman tizkaru, v'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'item kedoshim lelohechem, ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, liyot lachem Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem emet. Please be seated. And I'm reading on page 157 at the top. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there, except by joining hands, marching together. Page 158. Mi kamocha be'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef eleh. Malchutcha ra'u vanecha, bokeh hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, ze Eli anu va'amru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. V'ne'emar, כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, הגאל ישראל. Page 160.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום וחמיתנו מלכנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום וחמיתנו מלכנו עמיתנו מלכנו לחיים, השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, ועמיתנו מלכנו לחיים.
Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. God, our going and coming to life and to peace evermore. Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom aleinu, va'al kol amo Yisrael, va'al Yerushalayim.
ישמחו במלכותך, ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי שבת, וקוראי עונג עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי שבת, וקוראי עונג עונג שבת. המקדשי שבי, המקדשי שבי, כולם יספרו ויתענגו בטובך, ישמחו במלכותך, ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי שבת וקוראי עונג עונג שבת. והשביעי רצית בו וקידשתו, והשביעי רצית בו וקידשתו שבת. חמדת ימים, חמדת ימים אותו קראת, חמדת ימים אותו קראת, אותו קראת שבת. זכר זכר בספר ראשית, זכר בספר ראשית שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי שבת וקוראי עונג עונג שבת.
Achad Ha'am said, more than the Jewish people has kept Shabbat, Shabbat has kept the Jewish people. We come now to the third part of the service, which is the Amidah, page 164. Please rise.
Tehillah לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם, ועזרת שרה.
Page 168. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מזריח השמש ומוריד הטל. מחוקל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופא חולים ומתיר אסורים. ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה. ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. Page 171 at the top. Days pass, and the years vanish, and we walk sightless among miracles. God, fill our eyes with seeing and our minds with knowing. Let there be moments when your presence, like lightning, illumines the darkness in which we walk. Help us to see wherever we gaze that the bush burns unconsumed, and we, clay touched by God, will reach out for holiness and exclaim in wonder, how filled with awe is this place, and we did not know it. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. You set aside the seventh day for your name, the pinnacle of creation, and you blessed it above all other days, more sacred than all festival times. So it is written in your Torah. The heaven and the earth were finished and all their array. On the seventh day, God finished the work that God had been doing and ceased on the seventh day from all the work that had been done. Then God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it God ceased from making all the work of creation.
Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu, receive mnuchatenu, Hachenu b'mitzvotecha, v'ten chalkenu b'toratecha, zabenu mitovecha, v'samchenu b'yeshuatecha, v'tahel libenu le'ovdecha, Israel, Mekadeshi Shemecha, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
And 4. Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu be'amcha Yisrael utfilatam ba'ava tekabel, utila ratzon tamid avodat Yisrael amecha, el karov l'chol korav, pnei el avadecha v'chonenu, shfoch ruchacha alenu, v'techezena einenu, v'shuvcha l'tzion barachamim. Baruch atah Adonai hamachazir shchinato l'tzion. Page 176. Modim anachnu lach, שאתה הוא אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו לעולם ועד. צור חיינו, מגן ישנו, אתה הוא לדור ודור. Let us thank you and praise you for our lives which are in your hand, for our souls which are in your care, for your miracles that we experience every day, and for your wondrous deeds and favors at every time of day, evening, morning, and noon. O good one, whose mercies never end, O compassionate one, whose kindness never fails, we forever put our hope in you. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulchana lohodot. On page 178, we come to the prayer for peace, and we can never get enough peace. So please read with me in the middle of the page. Grant abundant peace to Israel, your people, forever. For you are the sovereign God of all peace. May it be pleasing to you to bless your people Israel in every season and moment with your peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamvarech et amo Yisrael, b'shalom. Please be seated. Let's take a few moments for our own silent meditations. this week's parsha is Vayechi, which brings us to the very end of the book of Genesis. These opening words actually means, and he lived, which is perhaps rather peculiar for a Torah portion that deals so much with death. For, of course, this portion is governed principally by the death of Jacob, although it also mentions the death of Rachel, the burial of the earlier patriarchs and their wives, and finally, the death of Joseph. This Torah portion is written differently from the previous parashot. Normally, we have a blank space of 9 letters between the different sections of the Torah, but in this case, there's no blank space whatsoever. So the parsha can be said to be satum, or closed. Rashi, quoting Midrash Bereshit Rabbah, gives 2 reasons for the existence of this closed parsha. First, he likens it to the closure of the eyes and hearts of the Jewish people. The oppression was coming, and the closing of their eyes and hearts symbolized a descent into a state of despair that occurred with the death of Jacob. Rashi's second reason is based on Genesis 49, where Jacob says to his sons, "Gather yourselves together that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the end of days." But then, instead of telling them what's going to happen to them at the end of days, Jacob proceeds to issue blessings and admonitions to his children. Thus, says Rashi, the parsha is closed because although Jacob wished to reveal the end of days to his children, it was closed to him. With the death of Jacob, the patriarchal era is brought to a conclusion, and a new generation is about to begin. Parashat Vayechi sums up and rounds off various themes that have circulated throughout the book of Genesis. There's the theme of sibling rivalry, stretching all the way back to Cain and Abel, continuing with Jacob and Esau, and then with Joseph and his brothers. There's also the theme of preferring the younger son over the older, and the continuing theme of female rivalry, notably Sarah and Hagar, Leah and Rachel. And there's also the motif of the barren woman, and think again of Sarah and Rachel. And a great deal of trickery. Think of Laban's trickery with his daughters and Jacob's trickery regarding Esau. There's also the trickery of Tamar on Judah, Potiphar's wife's trickery, and the possible trickery regarding Ephraim and Manasseh. The final parsha in Genesis is therefore a wrap concerning the advent and development of the entire human family and the growth of its spiritual awareness, culminating in the acknowledgement of one single God. The trend is to move from the general to the specific, from mankind at the beginning of Genesis to specific individuals by the end of Genesis. It is the aspect of leadership that forms a bridge between the books of Genesis and that of Leviticus. 3 candidates are mentioned in the Torah as possible leaders and successors to Jacob: Reuben, Joseph, and Judah. And it's interesting to note that these 3 are the only ones of the 12 brothers who are portrayed in the Torah as individuals, whose views are expressed in personal conversations. However, the mantle of leadership passes neither to Leah's nor Rachel's firstborn, but to Judah, who is the 4th son of Leah. Their older brothers, Simeon and Levi, are passed over as candidates owing to their violence. They've spilled blood. They are unsuitable as leaders. But why should Judah be accorded such a singular honor? And why is he preferred over Joseph? According to Dr. Gabriel Cohen of Bar-Ilan University, the preference of Judah over Joseph is based solely on one factor. He is accepted by his brothers, and they themselves essentially choose him to be their leader. So Judah is thus the first leader to be elected according to the will of the people. In other words, it's an early example of democracy. Although Genesis ends with the death of Joseph, the blessing of Judah provides an intimation of the future destiny of the entire Jewish people. Shabbat Shalom. And we come now to birthday blessings. Has anybody had a birthday this month who would like to come up and get a blessing? Nobody? Otherwise we'll... If you want to, otherwise we'll continue. I don't mind. Let me just read it. May you live long and happy lives, filled with good health and delightful surprise, abundant parnassa and everything you need before you even know that you need it. May you receive clear guidance in everything you choose and support in everything you do. May you be protected from all manner of distress, and may the work of your hands and minds be blessed with success. May you get much nachas from your loved ones and from yourself, and may you be a blessing in the lives of everyone you touch. Yom Huledet Sameach to you and you and you, people watching online, and to me it was my birthday as well.
Congrats.
You take it, Jackie.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we will continue now with the Aleinu, which you'll find on page 586, and we've got an ark opener in the form of Isaac Livney, who has a yahrzeit for his late wife, and ark closer is John Britton, on page 586. If you'll please rise.
Shalom.
continue on page 597, reading number 11. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. And this week, from Bet David, we remember Sylvia Jacobs, grandmother of Leroy Barnes, Sharon Cohen, remembered by Bet David, Dolph Delaloy, father of Carolyn Smolin, Glenn Schrager, brother of Phyllis Seligman, Jeannie Klippen, mother of Ron Klippen, David Schmidt, father of Brenda Resnick, Barry Stransky, father of Alon Stransky, Ruth Lipson, mother of Julian Lipson, Frida Smith, mother of Karen Loeb, and Leah Livney, wife of Isaac Livney. From Bet Menorah in Pretoria, we remember Issy Giddish, father of Rodney Giddish. And those who passed away recently, Cecily Rutenberg, mother of Rory Rutenberg. If anybody has a name they'd like to call out, please do so now. We'll start at this side. And the Mourner's Kaddish is on page 598. Please read with me. Yit kadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah, be'oma divrach ruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chayechon v'yomechon, uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mavorach le'olam ulomeh umayah. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ah v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yithada v'yithaleh v'yithalal shmei dekudsha berichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata da'miran b'uma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabbah min shmaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav Hu Yaseh Shalom, Aleinu va'al Kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen. Please be seated. Oh, sorry. We haven't many announcements, mainly because the office is on holiday. Thank you to everyone who joined us here for the service and also those who joined us online. As you know, Rabbi Nikitenko is away and he'll be back in early February. The office is closed until the 2nd of January, but in an emergency, there is a number which you'll find in the Adkan, and please call that if you need. Tomorrow's service will begin as usual at 10 a.m. And sorry? Yeah, we've got an we've got a little greeting from Shimon.
Shabbat Shalom, Beit David, our guests, and those who are joining us online. The new year of 2024 is just around the corner. Every year, humanity universally marks it, gathering around festive tables, lighting sparklers, popping crackers and fireworks. People drink champagne, bid farewell to the old year, and make wishes for the year to come. What is this celebration, and should we, as Jews, join in the general festivities? On one hand, we have our own Hebrew calendar, which includes 4 new years. Rosh Hashanah, which we celebrated on the 1st of Tishrei. Then, about a month later from now, on the 15th of Shvat, there is a new year for trees, to be Shvat. On the 1st of Nisan, the month of the Exodus, we count the new year for the reign of kings. And on the 1st of Elul, the new year for tithing cattle. But at the same time, it would be strange to ignore the day celebrated by all the humanity. We, as modern Jews, live largely by this calendar. It marks the end of the financial year. We pay taxes and plan our lives according to it. It would be odd to pretend that it's just another ordinary day, not responding to the greetings of colleagues, friends, and acquaintances, and simply ignoring what is happening around us. So, let's figure out what the celebration of a new year and its traditions are all about, so as not to go too far. The celebration of a new year, particularly on New Year's Eve, finds its roots in a confluence of historical and cultural traditions, with one noteworthy influence being the feast day of Pope Saint Sylvester I, who served as the Bishop of Rome in the 4th century and played a crucial role in the Christianization of the Roman Empire under Emperor Constantine the Great. His feast day, celebrated on December 31st, marks the end of the year in the liturgical calendar. This association with the conclusion of the year led to the integration of religious observances into the broader cultural festivities surrounding the transition from the old year to the new, and celebrating the fresh start, which is not a bad idea. New Year's Eve has long been uniformly secular in nature and even contrasted with the religious Christmas. But in its contemporary secular form, it weaves together a rich tapestry of various traditions from diverse cultures, creating a global celebration that transcends borders. The ubiquitous countdown to the new year, a symbol of collective anticipation, echoes the shared human experience worldwide. The dazzling displays of fireworks, a spectacular hallmark of the New Year's Eve, trace their origins to Chinese celebrations. While fireworks have become synonymous with the New Year's Eve in major cities globally, their roots in Chinese New Year festivities add a layer of cultural richness to the visual spectacle. The vibrant bursts of color and light symbolize not only the grandeur of the moment, but also a nod to the long-standing Chinese tradition of warding off evil spirits with loud sounds and bright lights. Let us say it's not our tradition at all. Feasting and champagne toasts, integral to New Year's Eve, draw inspiration from a myriad of cultural banquets, reflecting the universality of celebrating abundance and joy. This culinary tradition knows no cultural boundaries, embracing diverse cuisines from around the world. The practice of making wishes at midnight finds resonance in cultural borrowings from various regions, from breaking wishbones reminiscent of European customs to Japanese tradition of writing New Year's resolutions, known as Nengajo. The shared desire for hope and positive change reflects a global aspiration for a brighter future, which is similar to our tradition, but again, we have other ways of communicating our wishes. In modern Israel, by the way, they also celebrate the onset of the new year. Israelis call it Novi God, a transliteration from the Russian name of the holiday, since the festive traditions were introduced by Russian-speaking Jewry from the countries of the former Soviet Union. One of the most demagogic arguments in defense of the Novi God is that other communities do have their own communal holidays, so why shouldn't the Russian-speaking Jewry have its own communal holiday? A seemingly fair claim. Moreover, almost every one of these communal holidays comes with a long list of halachic questions to it. The fundamental difference between all of them and Novi God is that their respective communities, even the Ethiopians, did their best to make their holidays, whatever their origin, as Jewish as possible, and with at least some Jewish content. And Novi God, on the other hand, is specifically an anthem of total distancing from all things Jewish. Thus, in essence, New Year's Eve is a melting pot of global traditions. And whatever New Year's tradition you delve into, it will end up being borrowed from some other culture alien to Judaism. So does this mean that Jews should not celebrate the civil New Year and all the fun is doomed? I don't think so. Whether we want it or not, we stand on the threshold of the approaching year, and the reality of our own lives intertwines with the broader world where the civil new year has become an integral part of our modern existence. The rhythm of our financial and social calendars is synchronized with this global celebration, making it challenging to dismiss it as just another ordinary day. The more it becomes essential to approach the celebration with the mindfulness of a Jew, with a Jewish kavanah, aspiration of a soul, so that we won't compromise the commitment to our heritage and to God. Social harmony and positive relations with others stand as pillars in our tradition. So, of course, we should not ignore greetings from our acquaintances. That would be foolish and impolite. But partaking in these celebrations, we must be ever mindful of the diverse cultural origins that converge on this occasion. Our joy is also much tempered by the awareness that the passing year has brought immense sorrow to our people and our Jewish communities worldwide. The shadow of ongoing challenges looms large, urging us to approach the coming year with humility and restraint in our wishes. In the light and noise of the New Year's celebrations, we are bound to see and hear something of our own. We should remember that our thoughts and our wishes as Jews are not mere words. They carry weight in the spiritual realm, and for every promise, we're accountable before God. Happy New Civil Year, Shabbat Shalom, and greetings from Minsk.
Thank you to Rabbi Shimon, and we're going to finish with Yigdal on page 628.
יגדל אלוהים חי וישתבח, ימצא וילך אל מציאותו, אחד ואין יחיד כייחודו, לעולם וגם אין סוף לאחדותו. אינו דמות הגוף ואינו הגוף, לא נערוך אליו קדושתו. קדמון לכל דבר אשר נברא, ראשון בין ראשית לראשיתו. הינו אדון עולם לכל נוצר, יורה גדולתו מלכותו. שפע נבואתו נתנו, אל אנשי סגולתו ותפארתו. לא קם בישראל כמו שעות, נביא ומביט תמונתו. תורת בית נתן לעמואל, על יד נביאו למען ביתו. לא יכל לפאר ולא ימית דתו, לעולמים לזולתו. צופה ויודע סתרנו, מביט לסוף דבר מקדמתו. קומל איש חסד כמפעלו, נותן לרשע רע כרישתו. ישלח לקץ ימין על כל בשר רוחו, לפדות מחכה קץ ישועתו. חיי עולם נטע בתוכנו, ברוך עד שם תהילתו. חיי עולם נטע בתוכנו, ברוך עד שם תהילתו.
Thank you, choir. Thank you, musicians. Thank you, technical desk. Please remember, join us at the back. We're doing Kiddush and Hamotzi.
Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat.